So Turner wants to be a slick little crime thriller with emotional depth, stylish sound design, and a unique hook built around hyper causes. But while the movie definitely has flashes of creativity, it also trips over some painfully obvious plot holes that become harder to ignore the longer it goes on. The story follows tuner, Nikki, played by Leo Woodall, who's extremely sensitive to sound, gives him near superhuman hearing abilities. Thanks to his hyperacusis, he can pick up tiny audio details most people would never notice, which naturally becomes useful once he gets dragged into criminal operation involving safe cracking thieves. Alongside him is veteran piano tuner Harry, played by Dustin Hoffman, who brings some warmth and charm to the film even when the material around him starts getting shaky. Early on, the movie sets up a romance between Nikki and Ruthie, played by Havana Rose Leo, after he's sent to tune a piano in her building. Their chemistry is decent enough, but the film moves through its setup with such obvious signposting that you can usually predict exactly where every subplot is heading before it even gets there. And honestly, the trailer apparently doesn't help matters at all because it repeatedly gave away huge chunks of the movie beforehand. The biggest issue with Turner is that it constantly asks viewers to ignore logic in order to keep the story moving. The entire criminal operation falls apart the second you think about it for more than 5 seconds. Nikki witnesses supposed security installer actively cracking safes open in client's home. Yet, instead of immediately leaving or calling the police, he decides to help them because they offer him money. Even worse, the thieves apparently keep using the same company and same crew around town without homeowners noticing valuables mysteriously disappearing afterward. The movie tries to explain this away by saying they only steal small items to avoid suspicion, but that logic completely collapses when the film literally shows them drilling into safes in broad daylight. There are safe moments like that throughout the film where the script feels less interested in believable storytelling and more interested in forcing characters into situations the plot requires. Even smaller details like Harry still owning nearly $40,000 on old van feels bizarrely unrealistic and distract from the story instead of grounding it. That said, the movie isn't without strength. The sound design is easily the standout feature. Whenever the film shifts into Nicky's perspective and let viewers hear the world the way he does, it becomes genuinely immersive. Tiny noises suddenly become overwhelming, mechanical clicks sound razor sharp, and scenes gain real tension through audio alone. It's one of the few times the film truly feels distinctive. There's also an understated charm to the relationship between Nikki and Harry. Dustin Hoffman still brings natural screen presence, and even though Harry mostly exists to mentor Nikki and deal with health issue after a past heart attack, those quieter scenes often work better than the usual crime thriller elements. The pacing, though, becomes another issue. The film drags noticeably in place, and several scenes could have easily been trimmed without losing anything important. Ironically, one sequence that actually deserved to be longer involves Nikki trying to crack Harry's safe while unsquare dance plays in the background. The scene reportedly cuts the music short right before the payoff, wasting what could have been one of the film's coolest moments. By the end, Turner feels like a movie filled with good ingredients that never fully come together. There's a genuinely interesting concept at the center, some strong audio work, a likable lead performance from Leo Woodall, and a few entertaining moments scattered throughout. But the weak logic, overly predictable storytelling, and cardboard cut villains stop it from being the smart thriller it clearly wants to be. It's watchable, occasionally stylish, and sometimes fun, but also frustratingly uneven. The kind of movie you enjoy in the moment before immediately realizing how little of it actually makes sense afterwards. Thank you for watching. Bye.